Suffering, pain, disease. Most people see it as something outward. Even though humans sit at the top of the evolutionary chain and possess the highest level of intelligence, they still endure suffering. People suffer for what they have and for what they don't. But why? And what is the cure for this suffering? That is where yoga comes in. Yoga. Not just a set of physical postures or movements, but an ancient science, a method to transcend dukkha, suffering. But to understand how it works, let's go back to its origin and discover the thought behind it. Why was yoga given to humanity in the first place? In earlier times, people used to live in tune with nature. But over time, they drifted, away from balance, away from themselves. Sickness spread, not just in the body, but in the mind and spirit. Worried, the great sages, responsible for the well-being of humanity, as they were the wisest beings on the planet, turned to Lord Vishnu. You gave us Ayurveda through Dhanvantari, yet people still suffer. What should we do? They asked. Vishnu, resting on the thousand-headed serpent, Adishesha, listened. Then without a word, he offered them Adishesha himself, a being of infinite wisdom. Now the story goes that on earth, on that very same day, a devoted woman named Ganika prayed to the sun for a child. As she raised her hands in devotion, a small snake gently fell into her open palms. In that moment, the serpent transformed into a radiant boy. Overflowing with joy, she named him Patanjali. Pat, meaning to fall from above, and Anjali refers to offering. Patanjali grew in wisdom and practiced deep meditation, which allowed him to see beyond the physical world. The truth became clear to him. The body mirrors the mind. The mind reflects the soul. And when the soul is clouded by ignorance, suffering follows. He realized that all illness is a sign that we have forgotten who we truly are. Patanjali desired to share this sacred wisdom with the world, but he knew this knowledge was sacred and shouldn't be given carelessly. To protect its purity and ensure it reached only the worthy, he set forth specific conditions. He would reveal his teachings only in the presence of 1,000 sincere seekers with undistracted minds. He would speak from behind a veil, unseen by the world. Such knowledge could not be approached with restlessness or mere curiosity, but only with reverence and stillness. In the lands at the southern foothills of the Vindhya Mountains, 1,000 seekers came together, all eager to learn. Though Patanjali sat behind a curtain, his presence was strongly felt by everyone. His teachings cleared away confusion and guided them gently toward truth. Now let's understand the root cause of suffering. For that, we first need to understand the foundation of it, the mind. In the yogic view, the mind is made of 4 layers, each with its own role in shaping our consciousness. Manas is the part of the mind that connects us to the outside world and controls sankalpa, will or resolution. It is also the faculty of doubt and volition, seat of desire and governor of sensory and motor organ. Ahamkara, or the ego, is the sense of I. It is what makes us feel separate, tied to our body and identity. It is the part that says, "This is me," forgetting the deeper self within. Buddhi is the seat of wisdom. It is the part of the mind that sees clearly, that can tell right from wrong, truth from illusion. Through Buddhi, we come closer to understanding. Chitta is the deepest layer, pure awareness. Chitta is the aspect of the mind that connects pure consciousness, chit, with energy. It is not confined to the physical brain and extends beyond the body, even after death. Chitta serves as a medium for consciousness in the physical world. Its true nature can be obscured by 5 mental distractions: certainty, false beliefs, fantasies, memories, and sleep. Through practices like yoga and detachment, vairagya, one can purify chitta, revealing the state of chittananda, blissful consciousness. Ultimately, chitta allows for the realization of the true self beyond the limitations of the mind. When one reaches this state, they become a liberated being. But when ignorance is present, the ego, or ahamkara, creates a false sense of I-ness, which clouds buddhi, the discerning intellect, dulling its ability to recognize truth. A distorted buddhi, in turn, affects manas, the processing mind, leading to false beliefs and habitual tendencies. This disconnection from the true nature of chitta leads to suffering. From his divine wisdom, Patanjali gifted humanity with 3 scriptures, each healing a vital part of life. Patanjali Tantra, a primordial source on Ayurveda, revealing treatments for countless ailments and restoring wellness to the body. Mahabhashyam, an elaborate commentary on Panini's Ashtadhyayi, unraveling the beauty and depth of Sanskrit language. Yoga Sutras, a compilation of yogic practices guiding the seeker from bodily health to spiritual liberation. Patanjali, in his Yoga Sutras, reveals how one can attain the highest state of chitta, the highest level of consciousness. He describes an 8-fold path known as Ashtanga Yoga, which serves as a guide for this sacred journey. The first step on this path is yama, the ethical foundations of a yogic life. These are ways to purify one's action and bring harmony with all beings. Patanjali lists 5 yamas: ahimsa, non-violence in thought, word, and deed; satya, truthfulness, non-falsehood; asteya, non-stealing, brahmacharya; control over desires, especially through chastity and moderation; aparigraha, non-possessiveness, letting go of greed and attachment. Next comes niyama, the inner disciplines that nurture the soul and help it turn inward. These are virtues to be cultivated: shausha, purity, clearness of mind, speech and body; santosha, contentment, finding peace in what is; tapas, self-discipline; svadhyaya, study of sacred texts and self-reflection; ishvara pranidhana, surrender to the divine, trusting the higher will. Just as with the yamas, Patanjali also explains the deeper purpose of each niyama and how they nurture personal growth. For instance, in verse 2.42, he shares a profound truth about santosha, the virtue of contentment. He says that when one accepts life and others just as they are, a deep inner joy arises, a joy that no longer depends on external things. The endless craving for outer pleasures fades, and the soul finds peace within itself. After cultivating these inner and outer disciplines, the seeker turns towards the body with asana, the practice of physical postures. Patanjali does not list any specific poses. Instead, he emphasizes a posture that is steady, comfortable, and relaxed. The purpose is to prepare the body as a stable seat for deeper spiritual practices, allowing one to sit for long periods without restlessness. Once the body is steady, the breath becomes the focus. This is pranayama, the conscious regulation of breath. In verses 249 to 251, Patanjali teaches that when the breath is mastered, the life force within becomes calm and balanced, creating harmony between body, mind, and spirit. Then comes pratyahara, the gentle withdrawal of the senses. It is the inward turning of awareness, drawing the mind away from the distractions of the outer world. Through this, the seeker becomes anchored within, no longer pulled by the senses, but resting in stillness. With senses quieted, the next step is dharana, concentration. Here, the mind is gathered and focused on a single point, a thought, or an inner truth. It is the training of the mind to stay present and one-pointed. From this focused concentration arises dhyana, meditation. Unlike dharana, which requires effort, dhyana is a flow, a deep, effortless contemplation where awareness becomes steady and unbroken. At last and at the peak of this journey lies samadhi, the state of complete absorption. The mind becomes silent, thought ceases, and only pure being remains. In this union with the divine, the seeker experiences the true self, beyond mind, beyond time, beyond all duality. It is the ultimate stillness, the final return to wholeness. These 8 steps are known as the 8 limbs of yoga, a sacred path leading the human mind to its highest state of awareness. Patanjali's wisdom touched every part of human life, the body, the mind, and the way we live with others. Through his teachings, he offered a complete path to health, harmony, and self-realization. This sacred knowledge was later passed down through Guru Govinda Bhagavad-pada to Adi Shankaracharya, who carried the wisdom forward. Patanjali taught that true healing does not begin with the body, it begins with the self. When the self is aware of its divine nature, the mind becomes calm, and in that stillness, the body too finds balance and health. Across ancient texts, many forms of yoga are described, each offering a unique path for the seeker. Bhakti yoga through devotion, karma yoga through selfless action, jnana yoga through wisdom, kundalini yoga through awakening inner energy, and Ashtanga Yoga through disciplined practice. Among this vast ocean of wisdom, asanas, yogic postures, and pranayama, breath control, have become the most widely practiced, guiding countless souls towards inner peace and harmony. The entire journey of yoga is a process of antakarana shuddhi, the purification of the mind, body, and senses. Through this inner cleansing, one comes to realize a profound truth. The answer to the timeless question, "Who am I?"